Oh, it's spilling everywhere. So, here at Hops and Brews, we are no stranger to drinking beers and to chugging beers. I'm not a big chugger myself. I do enjoy beers, and I usually enjoying them, you know, taking my time with them. But I do know there is a culture around the whole concept of chugging beers, and probably the most popular one is shotgunning a beer. Well, shotgunning a beer, if you some of you have ever gone to college or say a party or frat party or, you know, any kind of sporting event, you'll probably see it. And what they do is, well, they usually get like a pocket knife or some keys and like jam it into the can, and it sprays everywhere, and it makes a very sharp, hard edge in the can, and sometimes only it's a tiny little hole. Well, I got this product in the mail that says it's supposed to solve all of that and make it easier and more convenient to shotgun a beer. Let's check it out. Okay, so I got this little item in the mail for shotgunning beers, and it's kind of interesting. It's a keychain. You can see this, and apparently you're supposed to be able to jam it into your beer can, and I guess makes it easier. I can see some things about it that are pretty interesting. It's got this rubber silicone seal to it, and it has a keychain. I don't think I'd really want this because there's a part of it that's like kind of sharp and poking, and I wouldn't want that in my pocket. Maybe hanging from like your bar, something like that. That's not horrible. I can see that. And it's got a bottle opener. I do like that for your tops. That's kind of nice. Okay, so I got my beer can here, and I've got the item. It didn't come with any instructions. I'm assuming since the pointy end here is perforated a particular way, I'm supposed to do kind of this kind of a motion, you know.
Do you know how to use that thing?
Yes. The pointy end goes into the other man.
This is going to take a lot of work.
But I can see that it could slip. Maybe that's what the rubber seal is for, and I think that's also there for possible, you know, have a good seal on the can so nothing drips out. That's good, I like that. I would have liked maybe if the can openers had a hook to hook and I'd have some leverage. But anyways, it does seem better than just taking a key or a knife and jamming it in there and then going for it. So essentially what this is supposed to do is create an easy in and out, because you pop this open in there, jam this in there, and you crank it open and you have good airflow. Let's just give it a try and see what I think, and let's go from there, right? If this sprays on me, it'll at least make good content. All right. Oh, it's spilling everywhere. I'm gonna say that didn't really work. Yeah. I will say the beer that did come out, it flowed very well. And I have a giant hole in my can now. At least I didn't destroy the barcode. And now my shirt's all wet. My floor is all wet. The boxes below me are all wet. Why do people buy this product? This was the last one I had of this beer too. I could just drink it that way. Yeah, I say no to this. I'm gonna give you some thoughts, but first I'm gonna clean up. So after I cleaned up a bit, I decided to try it again. I thought, let me go see. I did it outside. Basically the same thing happened. Here's a couple of faults to this product. One, there's no way to grip it, and so it slides on the can when I try to add pressure. See, it just goes like this. And by doing that, the point of puncture is too high on the can. And you're left with a little bit left in the can, understand? So there's always some lingering beer. You're never getting all of the beer. 2, this little rubber part, as much of an idea as it is for a seal, the moment you puncture the can becomes flimsy and gets a dent into it. It's never gonna get a good seal because it'll bend the can. It'll break the pressure. Just like when you pop the top, the can goes limp. This is what happened. I even had 2 fingers on both hands trying to do this, and it still didn't make a good seal. And then when you pop the top, it just flows out too fast and you can't drink it, and it spills all over you and spills everywhere else. There's no seal. I do think maybe something with a grip or a hook here to give it the proper spot, to give it to where it needs to be. Maybe with some practice, it can be better. Maybe it's something, but the fact that I don't shotgun a beer, and I thought that this whole idea of this product was making shotgunning easy. For someone who it would be like first, second, third time ever doing a shotgunning a beer, maybe in their whole life, the whole point of this, I think, is to make it easier. This just made it a mess, harder, and being like, why do I have this tool? It's just a really kind of annoying keychain bottle opener with a very sharp, pointy edge right there. I don't know if I like this or not. I think this is a very interesting novelty idea and a concept. I think if you're used to shotgunning beers, this will probably become more natural to you, and maybe you do like it. Someone who enjoys craft beer and drinking and pouring, and honestly, craft beer in general is meant to be aerated out and not chugged. If this is just cheap light beer that you want to chug down, great, go ahead and buy this. I do like the novelty of it. I do love the idea that it's new, interesting, fun ways of getting people to try beers or get excited about drinking beers, and maybe even having new ones. I would be very intrigued in seeing what this would do if I could ever perfect it with, say, a bourbon barrel-aged beer in a can and chugging that, and oh my gosh, how bad would that be? But for now, not so much. But I'm not going to discourage you from getting it and trying it out, because it still is a fun thing to try. So, something like this ever appealed to you? Do you like this? Let me know in the comments below. See you guys.